Hey everyone, I'm Mike Symkoviak from Bucked Up. Today, we're going to show you some simple tricks with the leg press to get some awesome leg development. Everybody's looking for massive legs, more developed legs. So we're going to show you a couple variations, maybe things that you haven't been doing that will help your legs grow and target certain areas. So the first one we're going to start with is known as the Sumo Stance, but we're also going to add a duck stance in there. I like to bring my feet high so that it's going to target more of the hamstrings. You have to remember that the quads are going to dominate most of your leg exercises. So I really try and focus on my hamstring development. Placing my feet high and again wide like a sumo stance, but then I'm going to turn my feet out so that the balls of my toes are in the top corner. And I've got about 10 inches between my heels and maybe 1.5 feet between my toes. My knees are positioned over my feet. I'm gonna pick up the weight and you're gonna let your legs go out, staying right directly over your toes. You'll really feel it blast the inner part of your thighs all the way to your glutes. Come down as low as you can, pause briefly, and then explosive up. Nice and slow, controlled down, pause, and explosive up. So I've demonstrated the first exercise that you can add to your arsenal that's going to target the inner thighs all the way up to your glutes. Really build some mass there. Now we're going to still focus on the hamstrings, and the way that you do this best is by a high foot placement on the mat. So I like to come almost where you feel uncomfortable, where your heels are as high as you can. This is going to be similar to like a deadlift. You're going to pick up the weight, keeping your heels off, your toes off, stretching as far as you can. You'll really feel your hamstrings are engaged and then pushing up. So the third exercise that I'm going to show you that's a great way to build your legs and target a certain spot in your legs is this quad exercise. The way you do it is by, instead of having your feet high where you hit the hamstrings last, now we're going to have our feet placement relatively lower on the mat and close together. That way you can already tell when you push off, most of the force is isolated right here around the teardrop of your quadriceps. Again, by bringing your feet to a lower position, and it's going to isolate more of the quads rather than distributing it between the hamstrings and the quads. So those are just some quick, simple tips of 3 different ways and 3 different variations to target different parts of your legs. So make sure you're not in the same routine, having your feet in the same position. Just by changing the angles of your feet can target different areas of the muscle. So make sure you try those 3 that we showed you today and let us know how your legs feel. Comment in the section below after you've done the workout. Also make sure you get Deer Antler Spray, because that is going to help with your post-recovery. I've trained a lot of people and they do notice that they're able to repair and recover faster, especially on something like this, the leg press or squats. So make sure you're getting the best out of your workouts and your recovery.